we're going to be diving deep into the pros and cons of the Chime CRM and whether or not it is a good CRM for you and your real estate business. First up, let's talk about automation. Now, when it comes to automation, Chime can automate just about anything. Of course, it can automate all of your follow-up, automated property alerts, posting to social media on your behalf. It has custom lead gen options, as well as automated listing ads and so much more. For example, regarding automated follow-up, you can actually create a sales process or a sales funnel where you can have leads go through the funnel, where you then can create automated texts and emails and ringless voicemails and postcards to send out to these leads based off where they are in this sales funnel, or how Chime classifies it as pipelines. Now, this pipeline tool or funnel tool, whatever you want to call it, is really, really powerful inside the Chime CRM. It's basically how I automatically convert all my clients into booked appointments and then obviously close them on a house down the road. The automated follow-up also has custom triggers. Now, Chime calls them smart plans, and these triggers will trigger these smart plans either based off leads certain criteria, maybe they're ready to buy, whether they come from a certain lead source, they're in a certain pipeline stage, or whether they're looking to buy in the next 3 to 6 months. Or you can trigger follow-up based off leads activity. So if they're looking at houses on your website or sharing them with friends and family, of course, saving them or requesting tours, you can also trigger more advanced automation to follow up, nurture, and convert your leads into piping hot appointments. You even have the world's most advanced real estate AI built into the Chime CRM that's going to nurture and follow up and convert all your leads into a booked appointments. It'll even sync with your calendar to make sure you are actually free and available, which is really cool that the AI won't accidentally double book you. Now, the big con inside the Chime CRM when it comes to automation is sometimes it can feel a little overwhelming if you're not used to ever working with a CRM. If you worked with a CRM before or you're tech savvy, you should be able to pick it up pretty easily. But if CRMs and automations and automated follow-up campaigns are brand new to you, it might be a bit of a learning curve. But that's just because the Chime CRM is so customizable, which brings us to our next pro of the Chime CRM, and that is how customizable the CRM actually is. Now, obviously, we already talked about the sales funnel, the follow-up process that you can build inside the CRM. It is super customizable, so you can follow up, nurture, and convert your leads how you best see fit. In addition to that, Chime integrates with a ton of different technologies. Now, you don't need to integrate with any of these other technologies, but if you use a different transaction manager like Skyslope or Dotloop, you can directly integrate with that platform into the Chime CRM. You also have a fully built-in, fully integrated, very modern, and built on mobile first. I don't know about you, but I've noticed a lot of CRMs have really tacky old real estate websites that don't really look very good. In fact, the first thing that attracted me to the Chime CRM was how good and modern their websites looked, especially on mobile, which is where most people are going to find you these days. Now, when it comes to customization, you have a ton of options and tools when it comes to modifying or editing your own website. You can basically make it look like Zillow or maybe tune it to more of your own personal brand. You can also build a high-end luxury website. And if you don't like designing, they have a ton of templates that you can choose from. Now, when it comes to cons on editing the Chime CRM and the customizations that it has, obviously there's going to be limitations. It can't do everything. It does almost everything, but it can't do everything. But it's close. Now, regarding website customizations, it's not a WordPress website, so you can't just plug in any tool, any feature you want. You do have a ton of options when it comes to content blocks and building out your website. My biggest gripe is I can't do more to edit the layout on my blog, but that said, there's still a ton of customization when it comes to editing your own website. Now, before we jump into our next pro, I do want to quickly mention that if you want to learn more about the Chime CRM, or if all this sounds kind of complicated to you and you already have it, I do have a free course on how to utilize and set up your entire Chime CRM, whether that's your follow-up process, your website, all that stuff. I even give you a bunch of follow-up templates to convert your old leads into piping hot deals. Or if you just want to learn more about the CRM, I also have a ton of videos that you can check out here. Just check on the playlist button and you could see a ton more about the Chime CRM and what it has to offer. Now, moving into our next pro for the Chime CRM is going to be, it's an all-in-one solution and it does it well. I think it's really obvious that Chime is trying really hard to be a brokerage in a box, meaning it's an all-in-one platform. You don't need to buy other tools or software to make it work. You can, it does integrate with those things, but you don't really need to go out and buy extra tools to make the CRM work. For example, obviously we already talked about the built-in website and the automated follow-up, but it also has a fully integrated marketing suite where you can design your own templates, design your own ads. It also has this really cool dynamic ad tool that's going to generate you a ton of leads for actually a really good price. I'm averaging about $3 to $4 per lead in my area. It also has really high value home emails similar to HomeBot. You can also publish content automatically. So when you get new listings, it can automatically publish all your listings to other platforms, whether that's Google My Business, your Facebook, your Instagram, Twitter, all those places. You have one-click geofarming where you can send out postcards or mailers, as well as a design center where you can design your own own postcards or mailers, or you can just have their in-house team do it for you. You also get your own custom branded real estate app for free, where then all your clients can then log in and see homes for sale or text you and not some other agent. And another really cool tool is you have home value report emails. So kind of similar to HomeBot, Chime has their own HomeBot, if you will, built into the Chime CRM, where you can send these really cool home value emails that include mortgage data and refinance options built into it, which sellers absolutely love. Now, some of the big cons regarding Chime being an all-in-one solution is that some of the features are not nearly as advanced. For example, the calendar tool is really awesome. It's a great way to get people booked on your website, but it's not going to be nearly as advanced as a separate program like Calendly. You're just not going to have as many features. You can't create multiple calendar links with different questions, which is something really important to me. I wish Chime allowed me to create multiple calendars and ask different questions when they're filling out the calendar form to meet with me. But then again, they just released this tool and it is a brand new feature, so they'll probably be making those changes and enhancements soon, as they do add and update features regularly. Which brings us to our next pro, and that is support and feature updates. Chime is literally always updating their CRM. There's new features coming out constantly. Now, they usually do a new email blast every 2 to 3 weeks saying like, hey, here's our new features. And they're not just like little like tweaks and bug fixes. They do that, but it's like, hey, we just added these new tools. Hey, check this out. You're going to love this. Stuff that other CRMs are going to charge you like a $50 monthly upsell, they just give to you for free. And that's because, again, Chime wants to be an all-in-one solution where they just give you everything. I kind of feel like a kid on Christmas when I see Chime's new feature update emails, because they just give you so much and there's just so many cool new toys to play with. They also have this really cool tool where you can actually see the new features that they're going to be adding, which also acts as a place where the community can request new features to be added inside the Chime CRM. And yes, they do listen to us. I've requested several features that have been added relatively quickly, within a few weeks or a few months. Chime also has top-notch support that's really good at resolving your problems. Of course, you can email them. You could do a chat feature in the CRM where you can actually chat with a representative. Of course, you can call them. And most problems I seem to have with the Chime CRM are usually fixed within a couple hours, if not at the most a couple days. However, that's not always the case, which leads me to our cons regarding features, updates, and support. Chime has grown like crazy over the last couple years, which doesn't surprise me at all. They're easily the fastest growing, most popular CRM on the market when it comes for realtors. And because of this massive growth, support used to be really good at fixing all my problems really fast, again, within a couple hours, maybe a day or two at the most. And I've been using Chime for about 4 years now and probably emailed support way too often. They probably hate me. I'm always emailing them probably at least once a week. But however, the last few months, maybe the last year or so, I've noticed support actually seems to take a little bit longer to fix any problems I had. They're good at getting back to me right away, but there's been a few incidents where it's taken probably a few days, if not a couple weeks, for them to actually fix a problem. One time it took them over a month, which really annoyed me and irritated me. But for the most part, I've noticed they do fix something within a couple days. And overall, I'm actually really impressed with the support that Chime offers. So overall, I'm going to give support a 8 out of 10. For our last pro, let's talk about Chime for real estate teams. Obviously, it's highly customizable, which is really great if you want to just let each team member customize their own Chime CRM, their own website, however they want, or you can rein them in and be really restrictive and make them follow your strict copy and paste processes inside the Chime CRM. Of course, you can track virtually every metric you could possibly think of, whether that's answer rate, call duration rate, how many texts or emails they've sent, whether or not the texts or emails are bouncing or actually going through or ending up in the spam filter. Of course, you have really advanced lead routing rules where you can route leads based on any criteria that you could possibly think of. They have lead ponds where you can just let old leads go to die and realtors can come in and swoop them up whenever they feel like it. You can easily reassign leads either automatically or manually to any realtor in your team. You can also assign multiple users to one lead. Let's just say you have an ISA, you have a realtor, you have an office assistant, and a transaction coordinator that can all be assigned to the same lead and perform multiple tasks. And of course, whether you're a team owner or a brokerage, there's also more advanced options inside of the Chime CRM, depending on your specific needs when it comes to customization, branding, or follow-up. I also have a ton more videos that you can check out here. Again, just click the link or just click anywhere on my channel, and there's just a ton of videos on the Chime CRM and how to use it and why it might be a good fit for your agents. Again, when a new agent comes on, you can just give them a copy paste system that they can then use to follow up with the leads how you want them to, or like I said, just give them full reign to do whatever they want. Now, when it comes to cons regarding the Chime CRM and team utilization, there aren't really that I can think of. I'm sure there are. I've actually did a bunch of digging and research. I got a really small team myself. I can't think of any. I'm sure are a couple out there. I'm sure there's always someone that complain about the CRM not having one perfect feature that they want. But for the most part, Chime's pretty awesome. You know, you have dedicated company numbers, you can have a dedicated company website or individual team sites. Overall, it's a pretty awesome platform for teams. Now, thank you again so much for watching this video. Now, if you want to learn more about the Chime CRM, I'm happy to talk to any of you. Of course, I also got 2 discounts that you can take advantage of down in the description below, along with that free Chime CRM course. If you are new to Chime, check out that free course. And if you haven't signed up already, make sure you take advantage of those discounts. They are the best discounts you're going to get on the Chime CRM. You're going to save a ton of money. And of course, if you need help with anything Chime related, there is a link down below where you can schedule a one-on-one meeting with me, and I'd be happy to talk with you. Again, my name is Thomas Munchler, your lazy agent, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.